The factory vibrates with the ceaseless hum of machinery, a symphony of steel and sweat. A worker in a white shirt navigates a massive press, hands steady but rushed under the weight of deadlines. Suspense tightens as the machine lurches, snagging fabric and pulling the worker toward its relentless gears. A blue-shirted colleague bolts forward, heart pounding, but the moment slips away. The overlooked latch, a skipped safety check, unraveled order into chaos. Over 15,000 machine-related incidents occur yearly from such preventable oversights. A stark reminder to safety must always come first. A bustling industrial yard hums with activity, cranes slicing through the crisp morning air. A male worker, focused and steady, guides a massive diesel generator skyward, its weight straining the crane's lifting strap. Each creak of the cable tightens the suspense, the load swaying slightly. Unseen, the strap's fibers fray, worn, unchecked, a silent failure waiting. 90% of lifting accidents stem from equipment neglect. The worker signals, unaware. Suddenly, a sharp snap pierces the air. The generator plummets, crashing with a thunderous roar, dust billowing. A neglected strap and overlooked inspection turned routine into chaos. A foundry hums with molten metals glow, the air thick with heat. A worker focused hauls scrap metal to the furnace, its roar drowning out all else. The pile looks routine, but moisture hides in the load, a silent threat. Unchecked, the wet scrap slides into the furnace. Steam hisses, then surges. In seconds, a violent explosion rocks the facility, metal and steam erupting in chaos. The safety lapse? No pre-inspection of materials, a step skipped under pressure. Over 20% of foundry incidents stem from such oversights. The worker steps back, shaken, as the furnace's fury underscores a vital lesson. Vigilance in procedure saves lives. The factory hums with mechanical rhythm, gears grinding, lights flashing. A worker bends over, packing goods beside a robotic arm. Its steel grip moves with precision, programmed, unrelenting. Tension builds as the worker inches closer, unaware of a glitch in the system. No safety sensor check was performed, a critical oversight. Suddenly, the arm jerks, slamming down and pinning the worker. The failure to verify the arm's safety protocols triggers the worst-case scenario. A stark reminder, automation demands unwavering caution. The Mexican factory thrums with heavy machinery, a hydraulic press looming large. A worker, focused on maintenance, crawls beneath its steel jaws. The air grows tense, the hum of the press, a constant threat. A critical safety step, locking out the machine, is skipped, ignored under time pressure. Suddenly, the press activates, its force unstoppable, shaking the floor. The lapse, bypassing lockout-tagout protocols, turns routine work deadly. Despite Mexico's labor laws mandating safety, enforcement falters. Vigilance is non-negotiable. The foundry glows with molten irons searing heat, cranes swinging massive ladles overhead. A worker signals the crane operator, their routine dance with danger. Tension coils. Something feels off. The crane's cable strains, unchecked for wear or perhaps a misstep in communication. Suddenly, the ladle tips, molten iron cascading in a fiery torrent. The safety lapse, neglected crane maintenance, or unclear signals unleashes disaster. Over 4,600 workplace deaths occur yearly in the U.S., with foundries among the deadliest. Precision and vigilance are the only shields against such peril. The construction site buzzes with activity. A concrete pump's boom towering above. A worker guides the arm, focused on the pour, unaware of the high-voltage line looming nearby. Tension mounts. The air hums with unseen danger. No one checks the boom's clearance. A fatal oversight. Suddenly, the boom grazes the power line. The safety lapse, skipping pre-work hazard checks, triggers catastrophe. OSHA reports 78 construction deaths yearly from electrical hazards, ranking third among causes. Rigorous protocols near power lines are non-negotiable. The Thai construction site hums with urgency, cranes hoisting heavy materials skyward. A worker signals a load, trusting the lifting sling's strength. The air grows heavy, tension creeps in. The sling, worn and uninspected, frays under strain. No one enforced rigorous checks, a fatal lapse. Suddenly, the sling snaps and tons of steel crash down, shaking the earth. Thailand's construction sector, claiming 1,200 lives yearly, often falters on equipment maintenance and training, per recent studies. The lesson burns clear. Unwavering safety protocols are the only defense against such tragedy. The warehouse yard hums with activity, forklifts weaving through stacks of cargo. A worker maneuvers a forklift, aiming to hoist a container onto a flatbed trailer. The load sways. The machines hum a tense pulse. Focus slips. No spotter checks the alignment. A critical oversight. The forklift lurches forward, its front end slamming into the container. Metal groans. The container buckles, narrowly missing the trailer's edge. The lapse, skipping a spotter's guidance, courts disaster. Precision and teamwork are non-negotiable. The warehouse thrums with activity, forklifts darting through tight aisles. A worker in a neon green shirt stacks pallets, oblivious to an approaching forklift. Tension thickens. The driver, rushed, skips the mandatory horn signal. No supervisor enforces the rule, a fatal oversight. Suddenly, the forklift surges, striking the worker. His foot traps beneath a collapsing pallet, pinned in a crushing grip. The safety lapse, neglecting clear signaling protocols, ignites disaster. Over 20% of warehouse incidents stem from such failures, per safety data. Strict adherence to procedure is the only shield against tragedy. The Turkish oil factory pulses with the low rumble of machinery, vats of sunflower oil gleaming under harsh lights. A worker climbs atop a fuel tanker, cigarette dangling from his lips, tasked with opening the lid for cleaning. The air hangs heavy. Residual vapors linger unseen, a volatile whisper. Tension coils. No one enforces the no smoking zone, a glaring lapse in protocols. A deafening explosion erupts, flames roaring skyward, hurling the worker through the air. Chaos engulfs the site, alarm shrieking. Unyielding adherence to hazard rules is the unbreakable barrier. The commercial building hums with routine, lights flickering in a quiet hallway. A worker climbs an unsecured ladder, tools in hand, tasked with fixing an overhead fixture. The air grows tense. The ladder wobbles, its base unchecked on the slick floor. No one verifies the setup, a critical safety lapse. Suddenly, the ladder shifts, and the worker plummets, tools clattering in a chaotic crash. The failure, skipping ladder stability checks, courts disaster. Workplace safety investigations show that falls from ladders account for nearly 20% of all fatal falls in the construction and maintenance sectors, making them one of the most common and preventable causes of death in elevated work environments. In the heart of a bustling grocery store, where shelves tower like urban cliffs, a female worker faces a familiar challenge, stacking products high above. Tension mounts as she approaches a shopping cart, its wheels a precarious stage for her task. The cart, a makeshift ladder, creaks under the weight of necessity, a silent warning ignored. The cart wobbles. The worker's footing falters. The fall is the climax, a moment frozen in time, etching a lesson into the store's walls. In this world of haste and height, every tool matters, every protocol a safeguard. The cautionary tale lingers, a call to rethink safety in every aisle.